The old saying, never judge a book by its cover. I never like that saying because it does not make any sense. I swear a Democrat came up with that. Never judge a book by its cover. You don't know what's on the interior. How else are you going to judge a book? If The Great Gatsby was sitting in a pile of dog droppings, we would judge that book based on what was stuck to the cover of that book. And that should be okay, because guess what? Appearances do matter. They matter in nature. They matter in the animal kingdom. Male cardinals, it's spring, they're out. They are bright red, so they can attract a female cardinal. But we, for whatever reason, are the only species on the planet that says, well, don't judge a book by its cover. I'm going to judge a book by its cover. It's okay to do that, to judge a book by its cover, because what you see on the outside is usually a really good indication of what's going on the inside. And when you see Adam Schiff, and when you see Al Green, and now this new guy, Sherry Tandahar, this new congressman from Michigan, where Donald Trump was just speaking a few moments ago, what do they all have in common? Well, they all want to impeach Donald Trump again and again and again.
This is Congressman Sherry Tandahar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy, but defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process. Trump ignored it. He ignored the Constitution. He ignored the very checks and balances that keep our democracy intact.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Does it surprise you that this guy right here, here's his picture? Great hair, by the way, if that's his hair. I don't believe it is. It may be. But does it surprise you that this guy right here wants to impeach Donald Trump? It didn't surprise us at all. I heard the soundbite a day ago, and I hadn't seen Sherry. And then I saw Sherry. There's Sherry. Craziest thing about Sherry, by the way, we looked this up. He's 70 years old. Don't judge a book by its cover, right? 70 years old. I would have said 34. According to Sherry, Donald Trump should be impeached because he deported a criminal illegal alien MS-13 gang member back to his home country of El Salvador. That's where Democrats are today. 100 days into a new president's term, and Democrats want to impeach the president for sending someone back to their country. That's where they are. And to counter all of this, the media are trying to trick you again into feeling something for illegal aliens being deported. And to accomplish that, they are doing what they've always done. They are lying to you at home, hoping that you never hear the truth. The latest lie is that the Trump administration, on the eve of his 100-day anniversary in office, deported 3 children, all American citizens ages 2, 4, and 7, back to Honduras because Donald Trump hates children and hates immigrants. Take a look.
On Friday, there were 3 American citizen children born here who were deported along with their mothers from Louisiana down to Honduras.
Today, in the early hours of the morning, the New Orleans ICE field office deported at least 2 families, including 2 mothers and their minor children, 3 of whom are U.S. citizens. U.S. citizen children aged 2, 4, and 7.
The Trump administration deported 3 U.S. citizen children with their families, including one suffering from metastatic cancer.
3 U.S. citizen children have been deported with their mothers. Now, this is according to the Washington Post.
Well, we looked into that claim. By the way, they're only U.S. citizens because their illegal alien parents came here and then had children in the United States. We can confirm tonight on Finnerty that everything you just heard is a lie by people who have become the enemy of the truth. Here's what really happened.
That's a misleading headline. Okay, 3 U.S. citizens, ages 4, 7, and 2, were not deported. Their mothers, who are legally in this country, were deported. The children went with their mothers. If those children are U.S. citizens, they can come back into the United States if there's their father or someone here who wants to assume them.
What we did is remove children with their mothers who requested the children depart with them. This was a parental decision, parenting 101. The mothers made that choice. And I tell you what, if we didn't do it, the story today would be Trump administration separating families again. No, we're keeping families together. So when a parent says, I want my 2-year-old baby to go with me, we made that happen.
100 days of Donald Trump feels like light years removed from Trump 1.0, by the way. Everybody is willing to attack the media now because everybody knows what the media is up to. The 3 children who were deported with their mothers, the media didn't mention that ICE has no idea where their fathers are. They could stay with their fathers, potentially, but ICE isn't even sure if their fathers are still in the United States. And we didn't play this clip last night because we didn't want to showcase this person, but it makes so much more sense tonight. You might remember Eugene Daniels, the president of the White House Correspondents Association. Right there, Rose from Titanic. That's a lovely whatever that is. Again, this guy is the head guy at the White House Correspondents Association. He also happens to work at MSNBC. And on weekends, Gene Daniels likes to take off the jeans and dress like a woman. Yes, Eugene, we're talking about you. Here's Eugene Daniels. They say don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to judge a book by its cover. Here's the cover of the book, and this is what I'm looking at. I think it's safe to say, oh, Gene, there you are again, Gene. I think it's safe to say that Gene Daniels is not an ordinary guy. I also think it's safe to say, again, I don't think I'm really going out on a limb here, but I think it's safe to say that he probably doesn't have a lot in common with the rest of America. And I'm basing that on photographs like this, where I'm judging a book by its cover, and I'm also basing it on what he says in public. Take a look.
We journalists are a lot of things. We are competitive and pushy, we are impatient, and sometimes we think we know everything. But we're also human. We miss our families and significant life moments in service to this job. We care deeply about accuracy and take seriously the heavy responsibility of being stewards of the public's trust. What we are not is the opposition. What we are not is the enemy of the people, and what we are not is the enemy of the state.
Woohoo! Whoa, are we supposed to clap for that? Is he serious with that? Can I get a little water for the table, please? Yeah, thank you. We are not the opposition, according to Gene Daniels. The media is not the opposition, according to Gene Daniels. Well, actually, we are the opposition. That's the only reason that we exist. That's the only reason I'm on right now. We exist to question, and we exist to oppose. We exist to do things that you can't do at home right now. But those concepts don't make much sense to the legacy media anymore. They are only the opposition if Donald Trump is president. They certainly were not the opposition when Joe Biden was in office. Gene claims that we care deeply about accuracy. No, you do not, Gene. You care deeply about helping Democrats. And because of that, because of Gene and because of you, people like Gene, trust in the media right now is at an all-time low, a 50-year low. Here's CNN, and here's how they're covering the success the Trump administration has had securing the southern border. By the way, this is an objective topic. This is not like open for debate. Donald Trump has shut down the border. That is a raging success, whether you like Donald Trump or not. Take a look.
The Trump administration is approaching its first 100-day mark with a full court press on the issue of illegal immigration, and they really don't want you to miss it. So they subtly and tastefully deck the White House North Lawn with dozens of yard signs featuring photos of people that the Trump administration claims are in the country illegally, each poster saying arrested and listing the alleged offensive with which they have been charged. CNN's working to confirm the identities and if there are actual allegations against these people. Until then, we are blurring their identities.
CNN is working to confirm the identities. Great. Good luck to you, Jake, and good luck to your crackpot team over there at CNN investigating that. Here's what they don't want you to see. Take a look at your screens. Here's the border on a Tuesday under Joe Biden. I don't remember Jake talking about that. Does that look chaotic to you? That's the United States southern border. Jake didn't want their audience to see the faces of criminal, illegal alien killers, rapists, drug traffickers, which is why America doesn't want to see the faces of Jake, Kate, and Donna anymore.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.